Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new Mr. and Mrs. Stenhouse. Woo!
Hey! Hi, everybody. Hello. Down. Just there.
Yeah.
Is that better? Yeah. Hi, for every.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
hold it?
you hold them up for us, love you. Thanks. Hi, for those that don't know me, I'm Pete, Meg's dad, and the incredibly proud father of the bride, and also the warm-up man for this afternoon's speeches. Sorry about that, Sam. Whenever you are. Megsy, I'll try not to embarrass you with a speech. I'll save that for the dance floor later. I have to admit, I was a bit nervous about making this speech, as I've been married for 26 years, and I'm not used to speaking for more than 30 seconds without being interrupted. So please bear with me. On behalf of Leanne and myself, and Nikki and Grant, I would like to thank everyone for coming here today. To celebrate the wedding of our daughter Megan, to Robbie, and to congratulate you both on your marriage. Yeah. We know that some of you have travelled and made long journeys to be here today. Some from West Yorkshire, give us a cheer. Some from Dorset, hey. London and France. Go on, Will. And France, where are you, Gwendolyn? Yeah, okay, all right, how are you doing? Oh, Richmond, yeah, cheers, thank you. Bonjour to you. No. And we've got people that have come all the way from St. Wands as well, so thank you. We really appreciate your efforts, one and all, to be here. And to the people who've come from Yorkshire, that's St. Owen's, not St. Wands. A special thank you goes out to Chloe and Alex for making Meg and Rob's wedding cake, and Liv for making countless cookies. There's the cookies, there's the wedding cake, so thank you for that. Where are you? Chloe, Alex, Liv. Hey! I'd also like to thank anyone who's helped out in the lead up to the wedding in whatever way, large or small. You've all played your part to make this day extra special. Apart from me, I've done absolutely diddly squat. I've just turned up where I've needed to and been told to. And can I say, please, can you be extra careful today with the table decorations, as Rob's going to take them back to the shop on Monday for a refund. Megs, I'd just like to say you look beautiful. Everyone that knows you well knows that you are kind, caring and fun-loving. So today seems a perfect day in front of family and friends for your mum and I to say how much we love you and how proud we are of you. Meg is the eldest of our 3 children, and from an early age she loved to entertain, and she was no shrinking violet. She would delight in putting on shows for family and friends for hours with her mega shows. Meg would be fair, however, and involve her brothers, but this would normally mean them standing in the wings or being swung around with rather too much enthusiasm. Really, it was Meg who was the star of her shows, and I think you would all agree that she's very much continuing that today. Yeah. Slow down. All right, okay. Coaching, life coach. As some of you will know, we moved to France from Dorset when Megs was 7, and it was not long before Megs was fluent in French and would often interpret for me and her mum. It was in France that our children grew in stature as well as in confidence, and they developed a can-do attitude. And Megs also developed her love of performing. The strict discipline of the French school was counteracted by the freedom of living in a rural hamlet. It was her love of performing that saw her become champion of Brittany at twirling at the age of 10. And for any of you who don't know what that is, it's a combination of gymnastics and majorettes. This drive and determination and sense of wanting to achieve continued when we moved to Jersey, with Megs becoming head girl at a local grammar school, Holia, and then going on to complete her degree in marketing. But hey, go Megs, go Megs. But her biggest achievement was becoming a wonderful mum to our lovely granddaughter, Margot, something she could not have done without the help of Robbie. We first met Robbie 7 years ago. We knew it was serious when Meg said, "I've met someone and I want you to meet him." He came to one of our family barbecues, and I can't imagine what he must have thought when he was presented to the Clifford clan for the first time. The music was pumping, copious amounts of alcohol was being consumed. And Rob was initially quiet and reserved, but it didn't take him long to get his feet under the table and to be able to hold his own when we were having some family disputes or high-volume discussions when it came to either playing cards or board games. I finally knew Robbie was the son-in-law I wanted when he was the only one who agreed to come with me and my brother Paul to watch my other love, Huddersfield Town, play at Wembley in the playoff final. We lost, and it's probably put you off football for life. Anyway. Robbie, it was obvious from the start that you loved Meg, adored Meg, and everyone can see how much you love each other. Yeah. Although there is one thing I am surprised about today, and that is despite having Scottish heritage, you are not wearing a kilt. But as Megs will be wearing the trousers from now on, I can understand I can understand why you wanted to wear the trousers today. I researched what a father of the bride should be saying, and one of the things was give a few words of advice. So here we go. Remember that true love is not about looking at each other through rose-tinted glasses. It's about accepting each other for who you are and always trying to be positive. You fell in love for all the things you liked about each other, not disliked. And neither of you will ever be perfect, but as everyone can see here, you're perfect for each other. And a bit soppy, isn't it? But it's true. A successful marriage isn't about finding a person that you can live with. It's about finding a person you can't live without. And we know that you found each other. And you'll always have the support of your friends, lots of them here today, and your family, as you can't get rid of us that easy. So you've heard enough from me. And so at this point, I would like to propose a toast to the bride and groom, wishing them a lifetime of health, happiness, love and laughter. Please join me in raising your glasses to the bride and groom, to Meg and Robbie. To Meg and Robbie. Sam, where are you? Oh, thanks, darling. Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Hey!
Testing. Wow. We're good. Right. So, I've been doing some research online, and it would appear that the convention with the best man speech is to recollect the most embarrassing, incriminating, and downright outrageous stories involving the groom you could think of. So I've collated a list, and here we go. Now, where do I start with Robbie? Where do I start with Robbie? He's handsome, he's charming, he's funny, he's... Sorry, Rob, I'm having a bit of trouble reading your handwriting here. For those of you that haven't met me, my name's Sam, and I've had the pleasure of knowing Robbie since the late noughties. For perspective, this was back when the Crazy Frog was everyone's ringtone on their Motorola flip phone. Britney Spears was just a normal, sane pop star, and Caitlyn Jenner still had a Todger. It's safe to say it's been a fair while, and to this day, Robbie remains one of my oldest and dearest friends. We've spent a number of years going through Victoria College together, but Robbie and I were far from being the cool kids at school. We were more like the dynamic duo of awkwardness, fumbling around to find a foothold in the social hierarchy. In most social cliques, we were about as welcome as a fart in a spacesuit. That being said, Robbie managed to find his place with a particular affinity and talent for athletics. Robbie became so notorious on the track that he was coined with the legendary nickname Captain Quick Off the Mark. Now, I just hope for Meg's sake that doesn't translate to all aspects of life. I think she had quite a surprise with Robbie after being told so many times that nothing worth having comes easy. Despite Robbie and I differing quite extensively in physical capability, over the years we built a foundation of friendship over a shared love of heavy metal bands, honing our tactical prowess on Call of Duty, and trying to sweet-talk girls together, with a particular emphasis on the trying. Robbie and I might have conflicting opinions on whom was the Lothario among the two of us, but all I will say is that I've seen his best chat-up line at work in Chambers. Are you ladies from Ireland, perchance? Because when I look at you, my penis is Dublin. So I wouldn't want to pass judgment on that one. But he's probably quite fortunate to be leaving here today, not on some kind of register, and let alone with a wonderful wife. All of that fumbling around clearly paid off, though, and I can't have been that bad a wingman, as one of those nights led Meg and Robbie together. And I'll let Rob tell the story, but I found out it was apparently on my sofa that they spent the first of their many nights together. So I'll let Rob spill the beans on that one, but rest assured I've now disposed of that sofa. Now, looking at Robbie now, a responsible, loving father, a valued member of the financial enforcement team, and not much of a drinker, you might think, based on appearances, he'd be the height of sophistication. You'd be wrong. When we turned 18, and back for those of you that are old enough to remember, there was a time where our weekends would be characterized by consuming as many Jaeger bombs as was humanly possible and venturing out to Coco's nightclub. These nights would start with Robbie with fun, merriment, and stimulating yet enjoyable conversation with friends. However, these would degenerate all too often. Robbie would go from being the life of the party to ending up on the Liberation Station benches using a half-eaten doner kebab as a pillow. Now, one particular occasion comes to mind, and Robbie got a bit carried away with the shots, and he ended up vomiting all over himself. "Oh no," he said to me. "If I go home like this, my mum's going to kill me." I said to him, "Don't worry, mate. I'll give you this tenner, and when your mum asks, tell her a mate of yours did that and gave you the money for the washing." "Brilliant idea," Robbie slurred, and he wandered home. Now, when Robbie woke up, his mum came in asking him where the vomit on his shirt appeared from. Robbie says gleefully, No, look in the pocket. A mate of mine threw up on me and gave me 10 quid for the dry cleaning." Now, Robbie's mum rummages through the pockets and finds 2 £10 notes. And she says, "What's the other £10 for?" Robbie says, "Oh, yes. That's from the other mate that shat in my pants." But fear not, Robbie has now mastered the art of responsible drinking. Even on his stag do, he abstained from alcohol, but he more than made up for it by donning the outfit of an 80s fitness instructor all the way to France. Feel free to ask me for any of the extensive photos later on. Now, on to the bride and groom. I personally have to say I think Robbie and Megan are a great fit. Having known Robbie since school, it's been clear to me that he's always had a tendency to surround himself with people that are more intelligent, hardworking, and successful than himself. That's obviously the reason why I fell in love with Megan, and obviously why he selected me as a best man. Now, I will give Robbie credit. He's one of the most loyal people I know. I can honestly say there is nothing this man wouldn't do for me. In fact, he spent the last 15 years doing nothing for me. So, Meg, you can see what you've got to look forward to. Now, after he met Megan, I think Robbie's achieved more in the last few years than most of us could hope to achieve in a lifetime. He's managed to get little Alan the schnoodle, bought and completely renovated a house, had his beautiful daughter Margot, changed his career, and after today, he's marrying the gorgeous love of his life. But Robbie isn't the only one that has managed to achieve something wonderful today. Megan, you get to leave with something equally as fantastic, a wonderful dress and a lovely bouquet of flowers. All jokes at Robbie's expense aside, I've known him for a very long time, and it's been a real privilege to grow up alongside him. He's honestly one of the kindest, most down-to-earth and loyal gents that I know, and it's touching seeing how happy you are as a family together. Equally, I've known Meg since the start of our KPMG careers together. She helped make those first few years of full-time working bearable, and little did I know that a few years down the line I'd be stood here delivering a speech at your wedding. Being present and part of two of my best friends tying the knot warms my heart, and I honestly think you'll all agree when I say that Robbie, Meg, Margot and Alan make a beautiful family. Seeing how magically you've embraced parenthood, I can honestly say that you work so well, and I hope that one day I've got a family of my own that is as happy as loving as yours. I can't wait to see your marriage continue to grow as we embark on more walks together with our walking group, the Red Hot Chili Steppers. Yeah, I know, we need to get out more. Now, I'd like everyone now to raise a glass, and I wish you both an incredibly long and happy marriage together. And as a final note, please, to Meg and Robbie.
Thanks for that. Right, well, thank you, Sam. I was slightly worried I wasn't going to be able to show my face in public after that one, but that was a choice selection of stories, shall we say. So I've heard a lot recently about how the groom's speech is supposed to be easy. You're supposed to just say a few thank yous, say how beautiful the bride looks, and that's your speech. But I don't think it should be that easy. I think that my speech should leave you all in no doubt about why we're here today, about what brought Meg and I together, and about what marriage means. Before I get into that, I would like to start off with a few thank yous, despite what I've just said. So firstly, I'd like to say a huge thank you to James, Karen, and the team here at the Mart for hosting our reception. I'm sure a few of you are wondering why two teetotalers decided to have their wedding at a vineyard, but as you can see, it's a beautiful venue, so you can enjoy it. I'd like to say a massive thank you to our videographers Phil, Micah and Hunter for filming the day and capturing some beautiful images, and to our photographer Jodie as well. They've been incredible, captured some beautiful footage and pictures, and we can't wait to see it. I'd also like to say a massive thank you to our page boy Leo. And also to our beautiful page girls, Ida, Ori, Etta, and of course, our beautiful daughter, Margot. Another massive thank you that's well deserved is to our friends Chloe and Alex for that incredible cake. It's amazing, guys. Thank you. It's awesome. It's incredible. Mary Berry will be very proud. And to Liv as well for baking the cookies. We had some at Margot's birthday party the other weekend, and they are incredible. And next up, Will, Liv, Chloe, Connie, Diana, as well as George, Joe, and Sam. Thank you guys for your help in the weeks leading up to the event and for all your help today. You've really helped make things run smoothly. Thank you. My best man, Sam. Thank you again for your incredible speech. As Sam said, we've known each other since we were 11 years old. You've been an incredible friend to both Meg and I over the years, and we really appreciate your speech and all of your help making today happen. We couldn't have done it without you. As you said, you introduced Meg and I, so without you, we likely wouldn't all be here today, so thank you. And last, but definitely by no means least, all of you here today. Thank you for coming. You know, we feel really blessed that we've got such a beautiful group of friends and family who've come to celebrate our day. It really is a blessing that you're all here. And I know some of you have travelled quite a way to be here, so thank you all for coming. It really means the world to us. Yeah. Give yourselves a round of applause. Go on. Now, Meg, my beautiful wife, she looks beautiful today. She looks absolutely incredible. So Meg and I first met in 2017. We met in Sam's flat. So basically, we'll get to that. So basically, I'd come back from university and we all ended up going to Sam's flat. It was a little night out. Meg and I had a little chat, but we didn't really get to chat too much. We ended up going our separate ways. Meg stayed in Jersey. She was working at KPMG, and I went back to uni. When we first properly met, I would say, was in June of 2017. There was a day where we went down to the beach, a big group of us. We were playing, catch, having some fun. When I say we were playing catch, no one else volunteered to play with me, but Meg stepped up to the mark. Now, whether she was a keen player of catch or whether she took a bit of pity on me, I guess we'll never know. Or fancied me. A man can dream. Then at the end of the day, we'd all been having a few drinks on the beach. I volunteered to take all the empties over to the bin. So I was going up the slip, over to the bin, and managed to drop all the glass bottles and basically ended up cutting my foot open. Like a slow-mo scene out of Baywatch, Meg came running up the slip and along the front, over to me, helped me pick up all the glass, and made sure my foot was all right. The only problem was, Meg called me by the wrong name. Just the once, though, just the once. And ever since then, it's been Rob. But in true Meg fashion, she came, helped me, made sure my foot was all right. And in true Meg fashion as well, told me to go to A&E. I didn't listen to her, in true me fashion. I probably should have done, though. Later on that night, we ended up back out in town and got talking. Now, Meg is not a short woman, and I am 6 foot, if you round up quite a bit, maybe. Meg, round up quite a lot. Meg was in quite a tall set of heels, so Meg was looking down at me, basically. However, out of her bag, she whipped out a pair of flip-flops, changed into flip-flops in the nightclub, and spent the rest of the night going around the nightclub in flip-flops. I like to think that she'd planned that. She knew she was going to talk to me, so she was like, I'll bring a set of flip-flops, but who knows. We all ended up going back to Sam's, and Titanic was put on. Now, I imagine that's probably Sam and Brandon, wherever. I imagine you two are probably behind that. But one by one, everyone started dropping like flies, heading to bed, and Meg and I basically stayed up all night chatting, watching Titanic, we said. It transpires neither of us liked Titanic, but we must have had quite engaging chat. We ended up spending the night on the sofa, nowhere near as X-rated as Sam made out to be. We top and tailed on the sofa because there was nowhere else to sleep in the flat. But that was our first night together. After that, I asked Meg out for a date. We went for a drink, and ever since then, we've been virtually inseparable. Our friendship continued to grow, and on this day 6 years ago, on the bench on the North Coast, it turned into a beautiful relationship. And it's continued to grow and grow since then, anchored by a deep love for one another. But what is love? So love, this is a question that's been pondered by philosophers for centuries. It's a personal question, and it will have a different meaning to every single person in this room. Now, I've always wondered whether I'm dabbling on the spectrum slightly, so it's probably no surprise that I went straight to the most literal place for a definition you can get, the dictionary. And there were a range of definitions in the dictionary, some as simple as merely liking someone, and you will be pleased to hear, Meg, that I do in fact like you. And some seem determined to stray from the PG rating you'd expect from the Oxford English Dictionary. However, I soon realised that none of these definitions were going to be right. So what does it mean when I say, I love you, Meg? Well, it means that I think you're the most beautiful person on this earth, inside and out. It means that no matter what difficulties life throws our way, we'll find a way to get through them. And it means I will never give up on you. They say that a relationship is like a fire. No matter how brightly the initial flames burned, or how long they've been burning, you need to tend to the flames to keep them burning brightly. And I think that is exactly why we're here today. Because I want to spend the rest of my life with you, Meg. I don't want there to be a morning that goes by where I don't wake up next to you. I don't want there to be a day that goes by where we don't share a laugh together or give each other one of those knowing looks where we know we're thinking the exact same thing without a word needing to be said. Yeah. And I don't want there to be a night that goes by where I don't get to cuddle up next to you in bed. I'm excited for us to continue growing together as two people, and I'm excited for us to grow old one day and be in a room surrounded by... Hello, are you trying to get a word in as well, darling? Hey? Very topical, because I was just about to say, I'm excited for us to be old one day. And I'm excited for us to be surrounded by a room full of people we'll call our family, who've come from our beautiful relationship. I'm looking forward to the next chapter, and I feel honoured that I've been lucky enough to spend the last 6 years of my life with you. As much as I jokingly try and take credit for what we see here today, all I've done to make today happen was get down on one knee 18 months ago. Everything that you see here today has been organised by Meg. Everything. So thank you, Meg, for making our special day so incredibly special. Can I ask that you all join me in raising a glass to toast my beautiful new wife, Meg. Meg, thank you for being you. I love you. To Meg. There you go.
I haven't actually had a chance to practice this, so bear with me. I know it's not traditional for the bride to do a speech, but it is the Megan show, so I'm here to serve you with a speech. And luckily, for those of you who remember them, I'm not about to burst into a rendition of Rod Stewart's We Are Sailing. Or am I? Yeah, not yet. I just want to echo what Rob and Dad said, thanking everybody, my bridesmaids and everyone who's been with me in the lead up to the wedding. Thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you. Je voulais aussi dire merci à Gwen et Richemont pour être venus de la France. Je pense à vous. See, I'm already ahead of myself. Slide 3's out. Yeah, for the bridesmaids, I wanted to say thank you for putting up with my change of theme so many times. Honestly, they've tried on more outfit colours than I have dresses. So, yeah, I think we got a good one in the end. But I think you'll all agree they look beautiful. Woo! Mum and Dad, you've always supported me, believed in me, and helped me to grow into the person I am today. And I'm amazing, so you've done a great job.
You're like your self-confidence.
Dad, thank you for showing me what fatherhood is all about. You're amazing, Dad. You've always put me and the boys and Mum first. Obviously, you're not Mum's dad. Me and the boys first above everyone else, above yourself. And you're the reason that, you know, your granddaughter has, one of the reasons your own granddaughter has such a lovely dad is because you set a really good example of what I wanted to look for in a partner.
Oh, thanks.
So, yeah, thank you for being amazing. Mum, thank you for being my deputy wedding planner. We've only had one Barney, so... Well, hopefully we won't have to do it a second time, so watch out. Yours and Dad's, as well as my grandparents' relationship and love that you have for each other is something I've always aspired to have. And I feel really blessed that I've grown up seeing how much you guys love each other, and also that I found that in my person with Rob as well. And also you guys, since I met you, obviously. But so I just wondered if we could all raise a glass to my parents and just say thank you for everything they've done, as well as covering the bill for the alcohol for all you guys. So cheers! Woo! Who's drunkards? There you go. Grant, yours is non-alcoholic as well. Yeah, so you can join in on the cheerses. Oh, am I covering the mic? Oh, you missed my amazing speech. To my husband, right. I remember when we started dating, like you said, on the North Coast, and you asked me to be your girlfriend. Do you remember what I said to you? No. I said... You're like, no, I don't.
On the spot.
I said, we'll either...
Oh, I do remember.
This means we'll either break up or get married, and I'm glad we've done them in that order. Rob, you are an amazing human. you are an amazing daddy to Margot, and I know that you'll be an amazing father to any future children we are blessed with in our lifetime. You're kind, you're patient, you're caring, you're passionate about the people and the things you love. You're so clever, it blows my mind. We play this ongoing game where every day we have to say a fun fact to each other. It's the sort of fun thing we get up to. Yeah, wild. And an interesting fact, where have I gone wrong here? Yeah, no, here's the fact. Yeah. An interesting fact that we've learnt that day, and every day I learn something new from you. I don't know where I'm going. You just have to bear with me, guys. So yeah, let's leave the fact thing. It comes back later. You are strong in your opinions, as I am in mine. We don't agree on everything, but we agree on the important things, like our values and our beliefs. You understand me in a way that no one else does. And as time passes, I love you more and more. So here's my fact for today. This is my fact for our little game. Okay. So when you're choosing a life partner, you're choosing a lot of things. You're choosing potentially a parenting partner, if you want kids, and someone who will deeply influence your children. You're choosing an eating companion, you're like this one, for an average of 20,000 meals. A travel companion for about 100 holidays, but obviously I want more than 100. You're choosing your primary leisure time, your retirement companion, your career therapist, and someone whose day you'll hear about an average of 18,000 times. To that end, I think love is a choice. It's not just a feeling. And I promise that every day for the rest of my life, I will choose you. At the root of it, I think that's what love is. It's choosing to care for you, to show up for you, to build a life with you, and create a lifetime of adventures together. It's choosing you each and every time, the way I know you will always choose me. And now we can eat. Woohoo!
So, I'm going to be honest with you all. I missed a section out of my speech. It's quite an important section. So, ironically, despite Meg just talking about how clever I am, I don't know whether I've misplaced a cue card or, I don't know, I got a bit wrapped up in it and I missed a section out. It happens to us. I know. But it is an important section, so I would like to add it in. I would like to say a massive thank you to my mum and dad, my parents, there's been a lot of kind words said about me today, which I'm very grateful for, but these two are ultimately responsible for me, I guess, and the kind words that people said, so thank you both. I'd love to also say a massive thank you to Pete and Leanne. You guys you're like parents to me in a way, you know? You've really accepted me into your family, and I'm really thankful for that. You still cheat at card game. They never let me live that down. I still think it was a perfectly valid rule, but we'll agree to disagree on that one. I haven't made that mistake since. And the other thing, a round of applause for Pete and Leanne. And the last thing I would like to say is, Meg, what an incredible mother you are to our daughter. You are... We won't tell them that. No, you are an incredible mother to our daughter. You've been there for me, you know, throughout the whole process of having Margot, and, you know, you're amazing, honestly. Margot really loves you. So, again, one more massive round of applause for Meg. Now, you will all be pleased to hear that that's it. That is it from me this time. I won't be coming back up again. So I'm sure that is it. So enjoy your meal, everyone. Thank you.